tree trunks 8 feet wide and completely draped in mosses and ferns. Conservationists have recently stumbled on mossy maple rainforest near Cowichan Lake, and it has them very excited.
Well, this to me is one of the most incredible forests in the country. This is an old-growth deciduous rainforest, old-growth big-leaf maples, which are very rare. Almost every other campaign for old-growth forests has been in old-growth conifer forests, spruce, cedar, fir.
Ken Wu of the Ancient Forest Alliance says there are literally just a few stands like this left, and that's just one of the things that makes these 300-year-old giants unique.
This is also the mossiest rainforest in the country. I mean, from top to bottom, these forests, these giant maple trees are absolutely covered in more plants hanging on the trees than any other tree in the country.
The mossy maple grove is in the unceded territory of the Cowichan people, who are part of the HULQUMI'NUM First Nations group.
It is the diversity of locations like this that has great cultural significance. There's plants here that First Nations, our communities, the HULQUMI'NUM would use for our medicines.
Morales says there are very few old-growth forests left in their traditional territory and worries that this one, too, will one day disappear.
This whole area, surrounding areas, has all been clear-cut logged. And we see it continuing today, the great intensity of clear-cut logging. So there's virtually no old-growth forests left in our territory.
Giant licorice ferns and moss-covered trees could provide great ecotourism opportunities, according to supporters of the forest.
If you look in the United States, through the hundreds of thousands of tourists visit the Olympic National Park every year to see these big leaf maples. It brings in tens of millions of dollars in tourism money. So if you do that responsibly, it can be a huge boost to our rural economy here.
T.J. Watt is a photographer and member of the Ancient Forest Alliance. He says the mossy maple rainforest is special and deserves recognition.
I mean, we're standing in an incredibly unique old-growth deciduous rainforest, and from a photographer's perspective, it's one of the most photogenic places I've ever seen.
Biological and historic significance aside, Ken Wu says there is another great reason to protect the forest, and one that's close to his heart.
Nicknamed it also Fangorn Forest from the Lord of the Rings, because it looks like the forest in the second of the Lord of the Rings, where the giant old-growth trees fight back.
And Wu hopes this Cowichan Valley version of Fangorn Forest lives many years beyond its first 300. For Shaw TV, near Cowichan Lake, I'm TERI Church.
When I first came back in fall, I was a little bit like, oh,